My name is DJ. It's time for the Hard Rock Lunchbox. Everything is fine here.
Hard Rock.
Let's start again. It's the Hard Rock Lunchbox, take 3.
Hard Rock.
That sounds like a me problem, not a you problem.
Hard Rock.
Does anybody really want to see the top 100?
Hard Rock.
Honestly, the curse words are probably the best part.
Hard Rock.
Shit backdrop, professional hosting.
Hard Rock.
I cannot believe I burned through 14 minutes saying absolutely nothing.
Hard Rock.
If that much coolant had leaked out, I'd either A, see it, or be dead from the fumes and the poison, but either way, I'd be cool.
Hard Rock.
Might be a week that I've been on this adventure. I mean, it's hardly Homer and the Iliad.
Hard Rock Lunchbox.
Greetings and salutations. It is time for the Hard Rock Lunchbox once again. My apologies. How's everybody doing today? I'm expecting this to be one of the hottest shows we've ever had here at the Hard Rock Lunchbox. Why, you ask? Well, I will tell you. It's because my air conditioner has broken down here, and everybody and their grandmother is trying to fuck me in the process, and not in the good way. So, it's going to be more warm than hot. Sorry. I didn't mean to be salacious, like right at the beginning of the box, because nobody needs to do that. Nobody needs that. It's Thursday. It's barely noon. I appreciate enough that people bother to show up and listen to this stupid show. Last thing I need to do is gross them out. So my apologies. Let's start over again. My name is DJ. It's time for the Hard Rock Lunchbox. Everything is fine here. Well, that just sounds disingenuous. We are 0 for 2 here on the box, and that's a pretty good record. We're stumbling into week 2 of the new backdrop. I want you to know that I watched it, hoping that would get out the lines, but I'm going to have to iron this thing, and the chances of me finding time in my schedule to iron my backdrop seems like a hard 0. I mean, if anybody wants to, take any bets as to the likelihood of that, I would definitely err on the side of, probably not going to happen. But I also don't really know what else to do. I mean, I could just ignore them. I do that with most things, actually, in my life. I try and ignore them as long as possible. I don't know that I can ignore them very much longer. It might just become a charming part of the Hard Rock Lunchbox. Who knows? I did this week, if you checked out the top 20, I superimposed a graphic over here. So now that I know how to do that, I mean, who knows what's next? Today, logo. Tomorrow, probably bag of dicks. I don't know. Sky is the limit. I have so many of Q's memes, I might just start putting them up in there and just sort of see what happens from time to time, because why not? Who cares? I don't. Do you? No. So let's start again. It's the Hard Rock Lunchbox, take 3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do want to point out that scratch that I had seen on my laptop is now getting bigger and going that way. So I think it's not a scratch. I think it's a dead pixel problem, which means I'm probably going to have to replace this laptop sooner than later. And I really don't want to do that. Like as much as I don't want to iron this backdrop, I really don't feel like replacing this computer. It's not even that big of a deal. It's just a laptop. I'm sure it's fine, but I have to replace stuff like drivers, and not drivers like Bird Driving Miss Daisy, just drivers. But that sounds like a me problem, not a you problem. But since it's a me problem and it's Thursday from noon to 2, it becomes a you problem. Yay! Oh man, I have not had anything major to really complain about. And I'm not sure if that statement's true. I have had so many minors that it might be forcing the major down. I don't know. I don't know where the bar is. I don't know where the bar is. But let's get to some housekeeping, shall we? As I alluded to, allude means to allude to something. As I alluded, that's past tense of allude. Basically refer. It's a fancy way of saying refer. as I referred to, as I was talking about earlier. Top 20, there's a new top 20. It's top 20 episode 91. Like, fuck, people, when are we going to stop doing this show? Like, 91? Jesus. This feels like it should be like one of those Y2K things. Like, as soon as we get to 100, like, is the world going to explode? I sure hope so. Does anybody really want to see the top 20 100? I mean, like, I feel like that should just be clips of the other, like, 99 shitty top 20. You realize if you add that all up, that's the top 2,000? I mean, does anybody got time for that? I ain't got time for that. No one's got time for the top 2,000. But we might have to make that happen. Sorry, misspoke on the I've had so many minors. Yep, that is things the priest would say. I'll take audio daily double for 200. Anyway, so last week I was talking about judging books by their cover and judging books by their title. I have continued to judge things by their title. And it was just sort of funny, like, is it just things that people mean? I was watching just a little bit of vintage George Carlin last night. It's so funny what he's just talking about, like, airline speak. And he's saying, welcome to Chicago and, happy trails on to your, final destination. He's like, all destinations are final. That's what destination means. Just make me laugh. Sorry, that had nothing to do with you. That was just all me just circling around in there. Sorry. So anyway, yeah, that's what I talk about, and judging books and blah, blah, blah. Talk about the challenges of having a positive self-image, potato chips, hottest ticket in town. I'm getting really tired of a lot of this. I think I've mentioned it already, like a whole bunch of, like, this is the best show of the summer, or, like, this is that, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's... You guys got to stop, man. Like, really, you got to stop. Not only is it offensive to everybody else that's putting on a show, but it's certainly offensive to the rest of us that are definitely putting on a better show. And I'm definitely over, like, these are the new best bands. Like, relax. They're just two bands, right? Like, if they were the best bands, they wouldn't be playing here. And I don't mean to slam anybody that's playing here. I mean, all bands were local bands once, right? Like, that's fine. But, like, let's just go easy on what the best is. Like, just, because it just waters down everything else. Like, I don't know. But I was thinking about it, like, I could argue that the Neon Skyline show on the 1st of October is going to be something. I don't know that it's going to be the hottest ticket in town. It's definitely not the best show of the summer because it's in the fall. I don't even know that it's the best show of the fall because a lot of those shows haven't been announced yet. I know Craving tends to do a Thanksgiving Eve show, and if they do, I would love to be a part of that. As always, that sounds like it would be a good show. I might put together something in the fall. It sort of depends on our recording schedule. And I tend to put on pretty good shows, not to pat myself on the back, which I could do if my shoulder wasn't bothering me so much and I wasn't 4,000 pounds overweight. But what I can say about the Neon Skyline show is that it is going to be a one-of-a-kind adventure, and it might even be one of those just write-your-own ending stories, because I have no idea what's going to happen. The only information I have for realsies for this show on the 1st is that it's at Amityville Music Hall, which is not great. Traditionally, the sound is awful. The bathrooms are even worse. I don't know the management there so much, but I know that they don't treat people really well. They haven't treated bands well, which is why I stopped playing there. But I was assured that it's not running through them directly, so it's going to be a club-loaded thing, which means Tom's going to be running it, and I like Tom, and I trust Tom, and I'm happy with that, which is why I signed up for it. I do know that Joey has more equipment, personally, than my entire band, and probably all of Roderick's band combined. And that alone is going to be enough of a show for me. Honestly, I might just watch Joey set up and be like, that was the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen, and then leave. I'm not going to. I actually want to see it. I also know this. We have a super, super on point, on target medley. Brand new medley. Nobody's ever heard us do it before. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I actually can't stop listening to it. It's that good. It has nothing to do with me. It's going to be hella fun. Also, And here's probably the most important point about it. Like, I don't think the Neon Skyline, I mean, they might not ever play another show again. They booked this one show. They booked it like 8 months out. There's nothing booked after it. So this might be it. Like, I know Joey's got the poster printed up for the Neon Skyline World Tour, and it just has the Amityville date on it, which I think is brilliant. I was telling him how we were going to do shirts for the Razorblade Diaries. We were going to do just like a tour shirt for the Razorblade Diaries live, and we were going to list like all the things on the back, like, you know, Budokan in Japan, you know, like Red Rocks in Colorado, like, you know, Carnival, or in Rio de Janeiro, like all these famous places that you could see a show, and at the very end it was going to be the Music Mall in Levittown. And I thought that was great. I just didn't have $20 a shirt to lay out for it, especially since the sales for the Diaries was just so pitiful. And that's on me. My bad, but maybe some other time. So anyway, can I say it's the best show of the summer? Nope, it's in the fall. Is it the best show of the fall? Don't know yet, because the fall shows really haven't been set up. But there are definitely a couple in the works that could be just as good or better. I'm not saying one way or the other. But is it going to be a one-of-a-kind, one-time event? Yeah, man, I think it's really going to be that. And I think you should go and check it out, because I feel like once you miss those events, they're over. I will say that after the Diaries, I got a lot of emails about, like, I'm really bummed I couldn't be there. Any chance you can do it again? And I was like, abso-fucking-lutely not. Am I ever doing anything that stupid again? Because that was a one-time thing. We had a lot of fun. Anyone that was there, thank you so much. But I hope you took a buttload of memories, because that is just... I'm not doing that again. I mean, I don't know what would have to happen to get me to do that again. But anyway, so... Other housekeeping, if your host could just shut up for just a half a minute, as if. The Josh Bradford interview is out on Bacon Is My Podcast. That's the dude from Silvertien. By the way, they typoed it and called it Silvertien, and I went and fixed it because somebody has to maintain quality control around here, Mike. I'm kidding. I'm sure he would do the same thing for me. For a second, I actually had to look at it a couple times. I'm like, has it been Silvertien the whole time? Like... Because I fuck that stuff up all the time. Man, I got a lot of curse words. Curse words I'm going to have to edit out of this show. But honestly, the curse words are probably the best part. Anyway, so they have... And I am going to have to watch this, unfortunately. It's the 7 questions. They have Courtney Messmer. And it's from something called Jerking Me Off. And I just need to see what it is. Not because I'm interested, but because, like, I'm already kind of bothered by it. So I am going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and the benefit of the doubt for interviewing her and find out what it is. But if it's just another chick, like, just trying to be funny because she's a chick, I'm going to be really upset. There, I said it. But you can check it out, too, and find out for yourself. I'm hoping it's not that, but I don't really know. And I'm not going to know until I watch 7 Questions with Courtney Messmer on Strangerhood TV. See how I did that? Professional. Shit backdrop, professional hosting, right here. All you can handle, Hard Rock Lunchbox, noon to 2. I cannot believe I burned through 14 minutes saying absolutely nothing. By the way, I like that I can now hold on to this thing on the bottom of my neck like a turkey. So, like, I should probably not do that close to November. But it's nice to know I'm still getting fatter. I thought I had maxed out, but who knew? I think that deserves one of these. Yeah, there we go. So, I don't even know what to talk. Man, my hair, Jesus Christ. I need to get a haircut really bad, but I don't have time. Because I just, so many things going wrong. So many things going on, so many things going wrong. I cannot seem to pull stuff together. And a lot of it's just a question of, like, finding time, like pulling time out of nowhere. You know, it's like, I don't even know what to get into. I had a couple things to say. The air conditioner thing was funny, because the air conditioner just, like, kind of just up and stopped working on Thursday, which is awesome when a major appliance like that just stops working before a holiday weekend, because you know how helpful people are on the Fridays before having a Monday off. So it was actually kind of funny. Like, I did all the stuff. I went to DeLonghi website, and I was like, okay, this is this. I put in a support request. Didn't hear a thing. Not surprised. Didn't hear a thing. It actually it started, like, filling up with water because it wasn't purging the water. It's an evaporative cooling system as well as an air conditioner, because I'm in a basement, so, like, you kind of got to do what you got to do. And my mini split stopped working years ago, and I just don't have the money to fix it. So portable it is. So I did that. But I started doing that, and then I started draining it, and I realized it just wasn't cooling at all down here. Like, just getting worse and worse and worse. And then finally I just put it on full blast with a little thermometer on it, and the coldest it was doing was like 74 degrees, which is fine if it could maintain that temperature throughout the room, but that was literally the air that was leaving. So, you know, I have computers, I have servers, I have equipment down here. It gets hot really fast. Like right now it's about 81 degrees, which is not horrible, right? It's not. Like I actually have a fan just blowing on my feet, keeping me cool, which might be the way I go about the rest of my life from now on. It is doing the job. It is uncomfortable, though, and I will tell you, by the end of a 10-hour workday, like, I am fucking woozy from it. Another curse on this show, man. I'm going to be bleeping the fuck out of this show. This is crazy bananas. Anyway, so it was funny, so I messaged him, and then sure enough, nothing till Tuesday. And then Tuesday, like 11 o'clock, I actually get an email response from them. Like, that's great. And they were like, okay, well, we need you to call in and be in front of the machine so an agent can help you. Thank you, Tyler DeLonghi. I'm like, okay. I respond. I'm like, thank you, Tyler, for getting back to me. If you would like me to call in, can you please provide a fucking phone number from which to do that? Like, seriously, dude, like, what is the basis of, like, basic customer service is completely out the window. It's like, hey, give us a call here at technical support. Good luck finding that number, asshat. All right, have a nice day. Like, I'm going to do that. Like, listen, if you have any complaints whatsoever here at the Hard Rock Lunchbox, you should definitely give our technical support unit a call. And you can reach them at, anyway, let's talk about other things that are going on right here. Like, that's not customer service. What that is a bad radio host, like, making fun of a major appliance technical company, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I finally got on the phone with Destiny, and I guess it was Destiny to do that because she was actually super helpful. But I will tell you, I had an experience, technologically speaking, that I've never had before. She was like, all right, I need you to stand in front of the unit. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but hey, that's what you're into. So I'm in front of the unit, and she basically just telling me to unplug it and then reset the circuit breaker, like all the basic stuff that I did to get this thing to work because it's been broken for 5 days. So I did pretty much everything you could possibly do to it. I even talked nicely to it in case it was like that thing with plants, like where they grow. Like I was like, come on, man, can you just get through to Tuesday? I appreciate it. It's like 95 degrees out, but like, it was having none of it. So I did all that. So then she's like, all right, I'm going to send you a link. I just need you to click on it and accept all the stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not a fan of that, but like, tell me what it is. She's like, all right, just do it. So she's like, all right. So once you click on the link, it's going to open your camera, and you're going to be able to like look at the device so I can see it and hear it. And I was like, what? Which honestly, from a tech perspective, I've been doing tech, support for years. Like, if I could have just had somebody do that with their phone and then show me the wrong things they were typing on their computer, I would probably have an extra 25 million hours back in my life. So I think it's cool tech-wise. But it was funny because I'm doing it, and I'm like, all right, so I have it just aimed very, just on the air conditioner, because she's basically waiting for the condenser to kick on, which she could have just said. I knew it wasn't kicking on because it would be cold. Like, I mean, yes, it could have been out of Freon, out of the coolant and stuff like that, but it's a new machine. It's made. It's not like, it's not that. If that much coolant had leaked out, I'd either AC it or be dead from the fumes and the poison, but either way, I'd be cool. So anyway, so it's like all good, like, she's like, all right, cool. And then she tells me like how to like click it. Like there's an exit basically at the top right, which I know. But on my screen, all of a sudden, an arrow, like if I did it here, it'd be like, I wonder if I can do this in post. But it'd be like an arrow, like up there, and she just draws this green arrow, and she's like, this is where you can exit. And I'm like, I don't like this at all, and I exited as fast as I possibly could. But she did help me get the replacement going, and it looks like it's happening. I don't know. They said I got the email today. Now, this was a couple days ago. Remember, this broke last week. Exactly, like, I think it broke, like, the day, like, the last Hard Rock Lunchbox. It might be a week that I've been on this adventure. I mean, it's hardly Homer and the Iliad, but, like, whatever. It's my adventure. Don't judge me. I'm looking at the air conditioner like it's going to turn back on. It's not. I don't know what we're doing. Hear that? Hear that? Yeah, it doesn't hear that. That's fine. But anyway, I got the email today, but like, hey, can you please send in the serial number? By the way, the same serial number I've sent in 37 times. So much so that I actually have the serial number memorized. You got that? I don't know my kid's phone number, but I know the serial number of my broken portable air conditioner. Welcome to 2022. Thanks a lot, Obama. I'm sure, probably. I don't really know. So I got that, and they were like, well, we're not going to give you a new one. We're going to give you a certified reconditioned one. We can't guarantee it'll be the same model or color. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. Like, or we'll upgrade you if we can't do that. I'm like, that's also fine. But how long is the warranty on this reconditioned one? Like, oh, it's only 30 days. I'm like, I'm still inside the warranty of the original one, dude. Like, what is going on? So they're like, well, we'll talk to our supervisor. I'm like, okay, great. Now, I said that and was willing to delay it because I, in the meantime, ordered another air conditioner because I know they're not exactly going to ship this thing overnight. It's like a 200-pound box. They're not going to do that. So I had ordered another air conditioner from Home Depot, which is local, and they were going to ship it locally, and it was going to be here yesterday, and it's not. So I guess fuck me then. Yeah. I keep getting messages from Home Depot, sorry, your thing's been delayed. I'm like, you guys said it was going to be here yesterday, dude. Now it's going to be here on Friday. And I'm like, it's not going to be here Friday, right? So I'm going to just have to, wait till the weekend. And maybe it'll show up on Monday. Like, that's what we're talking about? No, I'm sure it'll be... Okay. World of customer disservice. Unbelievable. And I really had nothing... that was really not what I want to talk about. I actually had a lot of other stuff I wanted to mention. I was going to talk about Giovanna's goodbye party, which I cannot attend, by the way, because I'm in pre-production, so I'll be doing that tonight. It's actually my last night of pre-production, so there's really no way for me to get out of it. But I also did want to point out, in case she was upset, she's playing on the Neon Skyline show, which is in just like a couple of weeks, so I'm going to see her anyway. So I am proposing that maybe you can all have your goodbye thing tonight at the warehouse if you want. I am going to have my goodbye party with Giovanna on the 1st of October, mainly because it's convenient for me, and that seems to be the way I roll. So I would like to invite everybody down to the Neon Skyline show at Evansville Music Hall on the 1st of October to say goodbye to G. How about that? And also see my new medley and watch Joey put up a whole lot of gear, because honestly, of those three things, that last one is going to be my favorite part. I personally cannot wait for that. I do want to point out something very funny that has gone on with this show. I have sold one ticket to this show. One. Everybody else is getting their tickets from somebody else. It's super, super weird that it's going down that way, and I'm hoping that it does change at some point. And if anybody listening to the sound of my voice wants to go, they can message me directly, or they can get discount tickets at rebel9.com/shows. The tickets are up there. And that's that. But it's so far to date, it's my lowest ticket sale ever, and that includes every single show I've ever done out of state. So people want to know why I'm looking to stop playing shows. Like, here's a very good reason, because people don't want to come see them. I'm probably not going to keep doing them. Like, that's... I know other bands don't really give a shit if you want to see them or not. They'll play anyway. It kind of matters to me. Like, I want to thank Tom for coming out. I want to talk about that. I wanted to talk about my last query on Facebook when I was talking about gun violence, because I actually asked, what like I do sometimes, a very simple and honest question to somebody that usually argues with me about everything that I have to say, and I got a very, very thoughtful answer, so I actually wanted to tell you about that. I am also going back to acupuncture as of tomorrow, trying to fix as much of this as I possibly can. There does come a point of desperation where you will start trying stuff way outside the box because the normal stuff is not working. But I'll try and get to all of those things during the show. It's not like I have any shortage of ability to keep talking, but we're definitely 20-something minutes past the top 20. 3 minutes past the end of the top 20, making it the top 23, which nobody is interested in seeing. Most definitely me. But I do want to say that as people keep arguing the stuff that's going on politically, which I did not discuss yet, the stuff that's specifically going on at Mar-a-Lago, I want to point out the same people that were all against Black Lives Matter and, Blue Line and all this other stuff, and Blue Lives and Respect Cops and all that other stuff. Every single one of those people is now throwing up stuff about the corrupt FBI, which I find to be absolutely remarkable, because the FBI, for all of its problems, is generally not corrupt. I mean, if you want to talk about corrupt, we can talk about the Secret Service people that actually deleted National Archives on their government-issued devices, which is not only a violation of the Presidential Records Act, it is possibly treason, and it is definitely espionage. So, like, they need to be real careful. Well, actually, wait, not definitely espionage. It's definitely something. Oh, it's definitely a felony. So, you want to talk about corrupt? It would be the actual people that were working on the Trump detail for the Secret Service. But, like, even they didn't steal a document. I mean, like, it's not so much like the corrupt FBI just fabricated something and then showed up and, like, oh, yeah, well, here it is. Like, no, they actually found something. So even if it was a witch hunt, well, they found their witch, dude. Like, at some point, you really got to stop defending the stupid. But, you know, I can't save everybody. And honestly, have you been out on the expressway lately? I don't want to save everyone. I barely want to save anyone. What do you think about that? I certainly hate them all. And that segue has been brought to you by the Hard Rock Lunchbox.